Hey everybody, it's me, Big Mike, coming at you here from the editing studio and gaming studio, apparently. um, so we stopped doing our podcast, the IQ&A and the Murgy Movies podcast for a while. They're regularly scheduled anyway, might pop up for a few in the future. So I will be once in a while throwing you a Throwback Thursday, and those are one of these days. And also, I'm going to be showing older podcasts, the audio ones we have, so some of them won't have video, sorry, but they will be put on YouTube as a video, but it'll be audio to, run in the background. I'm also going to have older videos and stuff that we're going to show, but this episode in particular is a podcast, our first podcast ever, starring myself, Sam, and a friend of ours named Graydon, or GT, as we called him. So this was filmed back in 2011, so quite a long time ago. This is before I had Chloe. This is when I had two pugs, not one, as one passed away. Same thing with a cat named Simba, who I mentioned the episode was 18 at the time, but she unfortunately has also passed away. Graydon's had some relationship changes, that's all I'll say. Sam, before he met Alex, just a horny boy, still is, but just interested to hear his take on things. This podcast is a story of us, just a story of us growing up. What we dealt with, just in a quick summary. And then at the very end, we play the James Lipton game, where the 10 questions or whatever that they ask the stars on Inside the Actors Studio. So, for our very, very first podcast ever, here is MSG Overdose, as we called it. There's 3, I believe, of these, but this is the first one. So, I will be airing them off and on. So, enjoy, I guess. Hello everyone, this is MSG Overdose. The MSG consisting of myself, Mike Awesome.
Yes, Samuel Ploznikov.
And GT.
We are podcasting from good old Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, where we have fields, more fields, and the occasional Tim Hortons.
And freezing asses.
Yeah, pretty much. And by occasional Tim Hortons, I also mean probably every other block. So, we three are here to spill our guts, basically, about ourselves, about our experiences, and about the useless, unimportant shit that we deal with in our daily lives. So, today's episode is pretty much, you're going to get to know us. It's basically what it is. So, we're going to start with GT over there. So, tell us about yourself, man. So, yeah.
I was born in Humboldt, Saskatchewan.
All right.
And,
that's literally in the middle of nowhere.
yeah.
Were you a bush baby?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I'm not talking about where you came out of. I'm talking about, like, were you born in a bush?
Well, I'll have to ask my mom that question.
Too much.
TMI.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, so go on. You're born in Humboldt?
Yeah. And then my parents split up when I was like 6 months old, whatever. And
let's play the Hulk music. Do we have Hulk music?
You probably do. I don't.
Anyway, okay, go on.
yeah, and lived in Saskatoon for a few years. Then moved around Saskatchewan for a while, and then moved out to BC with my mother. Was there for a few years. Was a major sports freak. Played every sport there could be, and
Kendo?
well, not kendo.
So, yeah, you're mostly involved in basketball, obviously, though, eh? So,
Basketball,
mostly
football, baseball, soccer.
So pretty much everything.
Basketball.
Just the basketball you would have gone pretty farther with, though, eh? So
yeah, I had a few people looking at me.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
In the
Then I
showers?
dropped out of high school. Almost bought a boat. Then
Boats and hose.
my dad had a heart attack, moved back to Saskatchewan, and everything went pretty much fucking nuts after that.
Yeah, well, that kind of sounds like it. So, for like you were just So when you dropped out, was that like by choice, or was that?
Oh, well, I ended up getting diagnosed with epilepsy and bipolar and all that. And
Yeah.
wasn't too good, and I didn't like it, and just
Well,
everything just
I don't
went.
think anybody wishes for that. That's for sure.
I had a few bad seizures, and then just fucking didn't want to do anything, and
Yeah.
dropped out.
Fair enough. That could be stressful, I imagine.
I don't know, when you're young and you don't know what the fuck's wrong with you,
I guess.
it doesn't matter what the doctor says, you still want to fucking do whatever, but
Do whatever you want to do.
yeah.
Yeah. Sort of felt that way, like with me and I have diabetes. For people who don't know that, so I sort of felt like that. Didn't really care. I still should be better with it, but it's you don't really care at the time, especially since you're a teenager, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I moved back out here in Saskatchewan, and then met some cool friends.
Now we
Got
have
into some bad
orgies.
things. And did a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Oh,
and
we're
stuff
not
like
those
that.
cool friends?
No, we're not cool. He met the loser friends later, and is what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ones I've gladly gotten rid of.
Yeah. Just not.
The ones that like to milk your pocket dry.
Yeah, those kind of
And your
friends.
penis.
Those are great. We just like to milk your penis dry. Well, especially Sam, but
When powder comes out, it's the best.
yeah, yeah. It's like that's awesome. So yeah, like So what do you like? What are you up to now for the people that don't know? So like, what are you doing? Like after all this, all this bad things you say going on, all these friends you met like to milk your pocket dry. What happened? Like, what made you sort of who you are today?
Well, I was in and out of what do you call them? Fucking care homes.
Care home and stuff.
And I finally got to one that actually took care of me and got me on the right track, and I
Right
was
on.
taking my medication and stopped doing drugs. I was still drinking for a lot, and still screwing up my medication, but then finally a few years later, I met a girl over the internet,
Yeah.
and
It wasn't a guy, thank God.
And we ended up getting engaged and then married, and we moved in together. We bought a house. And crazy thing is, just after I got married to her, I ended up meeting my birth father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, he showed up. I met him on the internet too.
Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, so thanks, Facebook, Plenty of Fish, and
Yeah,
Internet social sites. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
yeah.
Where junkies get their
he was
fix.
out in BC. I didn't know that when I lived out there. He was out there too.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, so
Good.
and
And this was just shortly after he met his really, really cool friends that he knows now.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's
The ones that hang around and play Tiger Woods until the wee hours of the morning.
yeah, pretty much, amongst other things. But yeah,
And then swear at Jim and Faraday.
yeah,
Those
pretty much.
assholes.
So yeah, we don't like the announcers on Tiger Woods Masters. So basically, you met your birth father. What sort of happened from there?
Well, my wife hates him.
That's almost a basic thing with I wouldn't say everything because my wife doesn't hate her in-laws, which are my parents, but basically, and I never hated my in-laws, well, the one I knew, and it just depends. Some people don't like their in-laws, some people do or get along. It's just that's how it is, I guess. You know what I mean?
Oh, those two don't get along.
There's a reason for that from the stories I've heard.
Oh yeah,
So
it seemed like there was like some kind of claws at each other. The moment they met, they were just like, fucking. Oh man, they. I don't know exactly what happened, but they. You don't want to leave those two in the room together by themselves because one of them might not walk out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Neither one might not walk out.
They You both might be done, yeah. So yeah, and then obviously they didn't get along, but like, how are you guys? Like, what's going on there?
Well, we're doing good. We're rebuilding the home that we bought, and hopefully we want to sell it and get into a nicer home, into a nicer area, because we're at the west end of Saskatoon.
Dude, you're in the ghetto. It's like kids playing with sticks out front. I did that when I was a kid, because I was too poor for anything.
No. Kids playing with sticks is like this area, like not this area, I shouldn't
That's
say.
true.
A different area.
My area is like
this
kids playing with shotguns.
Yeah, kids playing with shotguns. Here, let's try this. Yeah.
Or playing darts with used needles.
Yeah,
that's your
awesome.
area.
Yeah, you do live close to St. Paul's, and I used to. St. Paul's Hospital is a hospital here in town.
Oh, well, I keep finding needles in my backyard.
Oh yeah, that hospital is the sketchiest hospital here, just because you get a lot of sketchy people coming into that hospital.
My brother was born in that hospital.
Yeah, so
I was born in that hospital, and I'm pretty sketchy.
And we survived somehow. I had to defend off someone with a shank when I was an infant, but that's how
they tried to put heroin in me.
Yeah, that's what happened. So, but yeah, so you guys are sort of good now, and
got a good job and stuff.
Yep.
Loving life, hanging out with my friends here, podcast, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, it's just we have a lot of stories to tell, so we figured, let's start one up, right? Yeah, that's awesome. So
it's a way for me to get my rage out.
Yeah, so he has a lot of rage, so that he might have a second podcast. We'll see. But yeah, so is what do you call any plans for a family in the future? I mean, if it be furry or baby like,
or both.
Well,
or both.
We're trying to have a kid, but we haven't had the best of luck lately.
Yeah.
But we have a feeling we're gonna have things turn around.
For sure.
We're gonna have a little munchkin running around
right
the house.
on. That'll be good.
And hopefully that happens, and it'll shut my wife up.
Now remember, you do not feed mogwais after midnight, and do not get them wet.
Yeah. How hard is that?
I don't know. I like it.
Like Sheldon said, how hard is that? Anyway, but yeah, so it's pretty much your story in a nutshell, I guess, eh?
Yeah,
fair enough. So let's talk to this nut of a shell. That'd be Samuel Posnikoff. So let's start with you.
He's from Russia. I like heavy metal, and I have erection.
Yeah,
no.
The erection's true, but everything.
I'm not from Russia. No. What's there about me? Got bullied a lot.
Just say where you grew up, like where were you born? You said you were born at St. Paul's Hospital here in Saskatoon.
Yeah, that was. I don't even know what. Supposedly, our friend Kaylee went back into the old maternity ward where I was born, and she says it's fucking creepy there.
Well, it is. I used to work there. So
dude, get me in there. I want to see where I was born.
I don't work there anymore.
And then smash some shit. Anyways, so I was born in St. Paul's on the west side. Grew up on the west side. For anyone who doesn't know Saskatoon, west side is like a gangster's well, not really, like a pussy gangster's paradise.
It could be worse. We could be like in Compton or something.
Yeah,
it's not too bad. It's born on the west side and stuff, but it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. West side's basically the roughest area of the town. Well, the alphabet streets, as we call them, which is Avenue A through. Do they have an Avenue Z? I don't know.
Weldon,
I think, is the highest. Yeah, it's just a bunch of streets. It's Mikey's favorite area because there's no crescents. He hates crescents. I only
like them when I put butter on them.
I don't get the problem with crescents. You go in one side and you come out on the same fucking street.
No, I don't necessarily have problems with crescents. I have problems with crescents, and then it goes to terraces or whatever.
And then
it goes to places and then courts. At least the other one, it's like, that's it.
Straight line.
And then when you hit a brick wall, you turn around. That's basically what it is.
That's called a dead end. But anyways, so I was born in St. Paul's. We lived up in Silver Spring. So I don't know why I was born in St. Paul's. I think it was the only maternity ward in town at the time. But
I think basically that's where it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was born, shot out like a bullet, I guess, sometime around 2 a.m. I can't remember the stories. Mm-hmm. All I know is my dad was there for my birth. So anyways, so moved up to Silver Springs. I still have memories of it, which is kind of messed up because I was only there until I was 2 years old. And then my brother was born. And then we moved over to Devonshire in Pacific Heights, one of my favorite areas. I like it because it's not the Confetto, and it's not the alphabet streets. It's just Pacific Heights. It's the Heights. It's nice. It's like a little suburb. No. You don't get robbed well, now you do. It's kind of gone to shit lately.
No, you just get raped.
No, you get, for what I'm hearing, if you go in the parks at night, you're going to get robbed. Simple as that. Anyways, but it was a nice little area. We moved to Devonshire. It was at the very edge of town at the time. It still is at the edge of town. They haven't developed there. And used to break out of my room whenever I got grounded. We used to, me and my brother lived in the same, we were in the same room. We shared a room. We used to, whenever we got grounded, we'd go in there. We'd be real quiet for about, say 5-10 minutes, make my mom think she made us think about our problems. Then we'd open up the window and jump out and go play. And then we'd come back like half an hour, 15 minutes, or 3/4 hour later. We'd climb back up into the window, and then we'd open the door and be like, Mom, can we come out? She'd be like, yeah, you guys learned your lesson. Then we'd go outside and play some more. So, so discipline didn't work so well there.
No.
The only one who could discipline me was my dad, and that was scary.
This guy has a really big, fat belt. That's what he had.
No, he didn't use his belt. His hands were like leather, and they would cover your whole ass. So he gave you a spanking. You remembered that shit. Your ass remembered that shit. It's like, don't do anything wrong, man. Just don't fucking do it.
It's like Shaq on a b-ball when he picks it up.
Oh, fuck yeah. My dad's hands are huge. You guys have seen my dad. He's fucking huge.
He's a big guy.
So all my mom had to ever say to discipline us was, wait until I tell your dad about this. Oh, we would grovel. I can't believe that groveling. Anyways, so I grew up on Devonshire, did a lot of stupid shit. I remember one year we went skating around the block because there was ice all over the block, so we threw on our hockey skates and went skating through the gravelly ice. Used to ride our bikes around there. I smashed my bike a couple times. I remember my dad teaching me how to ride my bike. I'd run into the back of a camper all the time around the corner because I didn't know how to unturn.
Yeah.
Anyways, so grew up there. Then my parents divorced when I guess I was 8 or 10. I must have been 10 years old because my dad said he was with my mom for 10 years. They never told me the reason. I'll tell you guys some other time because it's kind of hilarious.
That's a nice story.
Yeah. So my dad and mom divorced. Dad went off. Mom, after about a year or two, couldn't keep the house going. Couldn't pay the mortgage, so we had to move out of Devonshire. So we moved to the bad area of town. Well, I guess
Pleasantville?
not. No, it's
Pleasant Hill, I mean?
Oh, Pleasant Hill.
Pleasant
Hill is not pleasant. It should be Unpleasant Hill.
Yeah.
No, we moved to, off 33rd, Avenue C, the Safeway there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just behind there, 2 houses behind there. It was not bad. It's a nice little quaint area. It's the kind of area that says, I'm living off my pension and have to afford a small house.
So let's just get things straight here. If you want to go on a Sam tour, listen to this podcast, because you'll be able to follow him to every place that he's ever lived, according to this first episode.
Yeah, basically. So then from every 2 years, I moved around the city. So from there, 2 years later, I moved to Langevin, just off of Centennial and Pacific Heights again. From there, I moved to Cockburn. Yes, Cockburn. It's right across from Dickey.
Does everybody else have their Google Maps on?
So from there, we moved to McCormick, which is across the highway from Pacific Heights in the... Fuck, what area is it? Dundonald? No, this area is Dundonald.
Mm-hmm. Now they know where I live.
Anyways,
we're free podcast.
So we moved there, and then I moved out. My mom eventually kicked me out, and it was after high school. 2 years after high school, I was living off my mom basically. I had a job, I just didn't pay rent.
So basically, what you're trying to say is you lived in Saskatoon your whole life.
Yeah, I haven't fucking. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been as far. I've been as far as Manitoba, and BC. That is it. I've been to Vancouver. I don't remember because I was a kid. Well, I kind of remember. I remember ocean smell and whatnot and that. And then I've been as far as Winnipeg. I've seriously haven't... I don't want to go any farther east in Canada. I hate that area. I want to go south, though. But yeah. So we did that. When my parents divorced, I was being bullied quite a bit in my life due to the fact that I have curly hair and freckles. I don't get these fucking bullies these days. They're fucking idiots.
They find anything to bully for. That's what bullies are for.
But anyways, so my parents divorced, and I snapped. Mm-hmm. I used to beat the shit. I'd put one bully in a locker, and nobody found him until 3 o'clock. He pissed himself. It was hilarious. I just snapped. I got tired of being bullied, and I started beating the shit out of him. Very violent. So they put me in what I like to call spaz class.
Anger management, if you will.
Yeah. So I did the whole anger management thing for a while there. and I basically have no temper. I still get mad, but I won't snap like I used to. I get mad, and then I think about it for a while, and it gets madder and madder, and then I wait for them to say something, and then I beat the shit out of them. As Graydon's heard a couple stories from when me and him working.
Yeah, they work together at the same place.
Yeah. And so I went through that, and that's when we started moving around. So then high school, met you guys. I met Mike here in grade 10? Yeah,
no, it was 9.
Yeah, it was late grade 9. Just got invited. I had an old buddy from grade 8. I was hanging out in high school, and he invited me over to this guy's house, Mike. Another Mike, who had another Mike hanging there. So we started hanging out.
Mikeception.
Yeah. So we started hanging out, and just became a good group of people. And then I was in high school. You know how young kids are. We're looking around and looking for girlfriends and kind of horny like all kids are at that time.
Aren't we still horny?
I'm always horny. I'm horny right now. Fuck.
I just jerked off in the bathroom.
Did you clean up this time?
No, I don't think he did.
I
I think 5 more times, and I'll have a fully spackled wall. I think that'd be good.
Spackled. That's like 70s style.
No.
So I started hanging out with this group of girls, and that's where Mikey met his wife.
Yeah.
And you didn't meet your wife there.
No. Graydon was not involved in our high school hygiene.
Yeah, Graydon came around after high school.
I was way after high school.
Yeah, 2 years, I'd say.
There's a few
he's
years
older than us.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say he's got a foot in the seniors' home. No, no, he's
collecting pension.
Collecting pension. You're on pension right away. No, he's a few years older than us. Sam and I are around the 26, 27 range, and Graydon's around the 30.
I'm 26?
35.
I'll be 34 next year.
34 next year. So, he's a bit older, but
November, I'll be 34.
we all got the minds of like 12-year-olds, so it all works out. So.
Give me 13, please.
Yeah, I don't know.
I actually recently forgot my own age. I thought I was 27 already, and I don't turn 27 for another couple months.
Yeah.
So that's basically life up until now. Got a couple of jobs, they all suck, and then I got this job at City Tire. I love working on cars. I've been working on cars since I was 7 years old. I understand them. I don't know what it is. I look at a car, I look at the engine, I look at the transmission, I look at everything else. I just understand it when I look at it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's what I want to do, and I decided just before I got this job that that's what I want to do the rest of my life. I want to work on vehicles. Why? I get to do what I love and get paid for it. And then I get to go home and keep doing it, but not get paid for it. It kind of sucks that way.
Not really. Like you say, you love it, right?
Yeah, so at least then I'm not going to hate my job. Well, I might start hating it after a while, but you know what? That's the way a job is, and as long as you realize that's your job, and you can hate as much as you want, but as long as you want to keep doing it, you got to keep doing it. So I hate these people that get in their job and are like, I fucking hate my job. I want to quit it, but it pays good bills. Well, then stop fucking bitching about it. Get used to it.
Yeah.
So I got this job. Got Graydon hired because he's a great worker.
Yeah.
Got my brother's girlfriend's brother hired, which is good. Love my job. Been there 5 years now. I like it. Keeps me in shape somewhat because I have a sugar addiction, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, he has like a quart of Slurpee in front of him right now.
Yeah, so
does GT.
You might have heard this a couple times. That's me sipping away at it. It's kind of going dry.
Yeah.
And I have ADHD, which is a lot of fun. You'll eventually see that come out.
I think they already have, man.
Yeah, I've been jumping like a fly on shit, trying to figure out where I'm at. So that's basically it. I ride a motorcycle. I play lots of video games. I haven't gotten laid in a month.
Oh, shit.
You guys are married, man. You guys get laid all the time. I
Yeah.
don't get nothing. I got to look for mine.
Yeah.
So
No, he just relies on his 2 hands.
one hand. The other one's for the mouse.
Dylan Palm.
No, it's just lefty.
Dr. Kenneth Noisewater.
What's the other one? Kenneth Noisewater and shit with the.
We're quoting Anchorman.
Yeah, we love that shit.
Yeah, just don't sit on his couch because that's his best place that he likes.
I used to fuck on that couch all the time.
We're not talking about fucking, man. We're just
No, actually,
Masturbating.
the place you don't want to sit then is on my computer chair because I'm a very visual person. which kind of sucks because my past couple of girlfriends have liked to do it with the lights off, which isn't very visually appealing until your eyes adjust to the lighting in the room. So, until then, I'm not having much fun until my eyes adjust and I'm like, ooh, titties! Hello!
Well, hello.
Hello. Little George Takei for you.
Yeah.
So where was I?
That was pretty much it.
Yeah, don't sit on my computer chair.
Here's an example. And this whole story ends with, don't sit in Sam's computer chair. It used to be black. It's a little white now.
No, it's just a little...
It's a little sticky.
With a
It's
brown
got an
streak.
ass mark.
Looks like
No.
It looks like Japan. Japan's flag.
No, that's white with red, dumbass.
Hey, I don't know if you're.
If you want black with brown, it's... I can't think.
He almost lost his sweatshirt.
That's awesome.
Oh, or his water, I should say. But yeah.
Anyways, so how about you, Mikey?
Well, I also grew up here in good old Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Also haven't been very far. Farthest I've been is Edmonton or Calgary, whatever's farther. I haven't been much far west.
I think
So
Edmonton's
east.
farther.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, which we're going there this...
My birthday!
yeah, on Sam's
I'm
birthday.
getting so smashed.
We're gonna go and
Maybe.
have some fun in Edmonton. So
Oh, I can't wait till I go bungee jumping.
yeah, he's gonna go bungee jumping at the pool. And
All you're
all
going to
that
see
great-
is him jump off, hit the water, and just brown in the water.
everywhere.
Oh my god. It's everywhere, to quote Dumb and Dumber.
It's everywhere. Dumb and Dumber.
Well, keep going.
Yeah. So no, it's basically grew up here and with my mom and dad, and
Dogs,
eventually,
animals,
yeah,
cats.
We had lots of pets growing up. At one point, we had like 20 pets in the house, including fish and.
He had a lot of
turtles
pussy in the
and-
house, let's just say that.
I had three cats. I think we had 4 at one point, but at least
One got lost in the
3
woodwork.
about average. So no, one just died.
In the woodwork.
Yeah, I guess. No, we didn't have any woodwork. We
Oh.
didn't chop any wood.
No, I mean like in the
I know
walls.
what you mean. But anyway, basically, grew up decent childhood. Fighting with my mom and dad off and on, but that's sort of normal. Basically, just growing up, and you guys can't see me on the podcast, but I'm a fat kid, and basically, I grew up most of my life overweight and teased and stuff. That's the usual, though. That's what comes with the territory, and that's just what happens. So, but no, basically, just good graduate. One of my few. Well, I got actually all of my elementary school classmates did pass, but most of them went off to go be drug dealers. Where I did
Go
pass.
King George!
Yeah, go King George. Yeah, King George School. But no, it's what do you call? Basically, just went through high school. I met Sam there, and a few of our other people you hear in the podcast. Basically, that's where I met my wife at the time.
Hey, something on the fat thing? Why have a 6-pack when you can have a keg?
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, and so then I met my wife there. Introduced from a few friends. One of them including Sam, and I went to a class with her, and then eventually she found out I liked her, and she pretty much asked me out. I wrote a letter. She told me to write a letter to ask her out, and apparently I had the better letter. My letter was, you want to go see a movie sometime, maybe get something to eat, whatever. And the other guy's letter, which was Sam's friend growing up.
The guy that introduced me to Mike.
Yeah. And he pretty much said, hey, my parents are alone for the weekend. You want to come, and I will slowly date rape you in my parents' house. It's essentially what the letter
That
said.
sounds like
Essentially what the letter said.
He
So anyway, so she decided to go with me. And that's when she introduced me to her father. Her mother, I never met, and because she died of when Cass was 5 due to breast cancer. But no, her father was a great, nice guy. I remember him top of the stairs asking me, being the father, I'm gonna have her home on time, whatever sort of thing. I was like, oh my god, this is
Put the death of fear.
yeah,
You
oh
totally
my god,
got
this is
that
a real
talk.
date. It's like, oh my god, this is a real date. This
I've
is just-
never got that
It's
talk.
actually it's not really a real date. Well, it was a real date, but the fact was, instead of me pulling up in my car, it was my mom driving us to the movies.
That's how you know you grew up in
Because
the ghetto.
We met in grade 10, so yeah, just shortly I got my license. So, and no, she's we've been together pretty much since then. It'll be going on 8 years this year, as of April 19th. And we've been married for 4 as of April 19th. So yeah, time is... Oh, wait, and actually it would be 9 then, not 8. What am I talking about? Because we got married on our 5th
You say I have
day.
ADHD.
So, yeah, not ADHD, more remembering as I go along. But anyway, which is basically ADHD. But anyway,
Everyone has it.
I think I have a form of ADD. But anyway, met her, got married, and we both go to Pleasant Hill Church here, which is just on 22nd Street here in town.
Praise
And,
the Lord.
Yeah, and that's where I met Graydon eventually, because he was introduced, because the girl that he was, stalking online happened to be one of Candace's friends from the church that she met. So, and then he met her, and then we got introduced to Graydon, and so on and so forth. It's history. So, and basically now I worked in the health region for a while here in Saskatoon, and now I'm currently working at Royal University Hospital, doing my practicum as a sterile processing technician. So actually went to school because we got laid off at our other job, but that's all right. So good. Sometimes bad things bring good things.
Because the building fell apart.
Yeah, basically. So someone almost got killed, so they decided, we might as well shut it down. I mean, they could have done that 15 years ago, but I guess they decided not to do it now, or to do it now. So, but anyway,
Welcome to Saskatchewan.
Yeah, pretty much. No, so on. Oh, and sometime during, like I mentioned, I had diabetes earlier. Sometime during high school, I got diagnosed with diabetes just shortly before. Oh, excuse me, I met Candace. So,
Which is hilarious because I made a crack about it and then he threw me up against the wall.
did I? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I made a crack about your weight. Just joking around. You know how friends are.
Yeah.
And that day you were not in a good mood. I remember you
Oh
throwing me
yeah, I
up
remember
against
that.
the wall.
I remember that now. Yeah, no, I was not in a good mood that day. So no, basically, because that's when I found out. So, but no, basically, it's all right. Could be better, but it could be worse. And basically, just trudging along. So, and just decided to get our voice out with this podcast. And basically, actually, I shouldn't skip too far ahead. Right, shortly after, about a couple of years ago, Candace's dad suddenly died of a heart attack. And although he did take great care of her, and he left her his house, and that's what we currently live in now, so we're very grateful for that. Although it came with bad circumstances, it's very grateful.
Silver lining, man.
Yeah, he took very good care of her. So we basically live in that house now, obviously, and I mainly live in the basement because that's where my PS3 is. So I sometimes see Candace when I feel like it.
To see you.
Yeah, it's pretty much me
My
for my
life.
PS3 going, is it me I'm looking for? In front of my PS3.
What?
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop
yeah.
sticking your dick in the
Putting
CD slot.
Yeah, putting my dick in the dick tray. But anyway,
That's what they call it now.
yeah, that's what they call it. But no, it's some ups and downs, and we met some more friends that again you'll see on the podcast event, or not see necessarily, but here. And now currently we are expecting a child.
A mogwai.
Yes, a little mogwai. As of July 26th is the due date, so we'll see how that goes. And found out recently that it is a baby girl, so it'll be interesting to have a little cute little baby princess walking around. So, well, eventually walking. At this point, it'd be looking up at me. So,
Can't even see shapes yet.
basically, again, we still have lots of animals. We have 3 cats. 2 of them we inherited when Dawn passed, Candace's father, and then the other one was my cat from when I was little. She is now 18.
She's
Which is
basically a
crazy.
lump of fur on the couch.
Yeah, but
That
hey,
moves
once in a
every
while
once
she
in a while.
meows and reaches for food, the usual.
You touch
Takes
her,
a
she's
shit,
like,
that's
"Meow."
about it. Yeah, pretty much. Leave me alone, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm like 108, leave me alone.
This is my house. You move.
Yeah, and then we have 2 pugs that we acquired 2 years ago, so. And, over 2 years. And basically that is my life in a very large nutshell. And, it's just, we basically, we listen to a lot of Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and podcasts, and sort of, I guess I could say it influenced us to sort of, get us out there. I actually thought about doing a radio show before I even heard of podcasting, and actually this is a faster way of doing it. So basically this is what we're doing now, and we're involved in a lot of other little media things. We had a TV show for 3 years on YouTube, which no one really watched, which was Murgy Movies. If you want to check it out, it's Murgy Movies on YouTube, and we apologize on some things ahead of time. Some sketches were good. It's a sketch show / rating show / review show. It kind of is sketchy. And I'm currently doing reviews online of my 1001 movie challenge on YouTube. I basically review movies from the book, 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die. And basically that's all I'm really doing right now and what we're doing, and it's pretty much our life in a nutshell. Oh, also avid comic book and movie fan, obviously, but avid comic book nerd. So
Yeah.
along with Sam, second, and Graydon coming in at close 30s, getting in. We're reeling him in.
We're
slowly.
breaking his virginity.
Yeah, so you're currently in the Green Lantern right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Green
Yeah, he
Lantern.
wants
I
a
love the
big
green guy.
green,
Yeah, the green guy.
hard light dick in his ass.
Yeah, Green
I'm the
Lantern.
Marvel fan. Mikey's the DC fan. I grew up with Marvel as a kid, so
Yeah, but you're basically both. Like, you'll watch
I read-
both.
I
but
like
you're just
reading
mostly a
graphic
Marvel.
novels.
You're mostly a Marvel guy, though.
yeah, I like my
as in-
graphic novels. I find comic books a little strange because I pay $2.99 for them, and then I read them. It takes me like half an hour to read, and it's done. And I'm like, well, now what? The graphic novels, at least I get to read a little longer, put it away for a while, pull it out when I get horny, and read it some more.
Yeah.
When I need to have a shit, go grab it and read some more.
Yeah, basically. No, basically, you'll hear random topics on this podcast. This podcast doesn't have really anything to do in general. Just 3 guys from Saskatchewan here talking around. We'll have, obviously, random guests.
What's with the bush thing, man? My mom's
know.
bush isn't that hairy.
Hey, well, that's just, I don't know. I guess that's what I got on my mind. I guess I don't know.
I always have Bush on my mind. Like, President Bush was the best. Sorry,
That's not even funny.
that's a lie.
That's not
That's a
funny.
filthy, dirty lie. I'm sorry.
Oh, God. No, you know what we just did? We lost like 8 followers now. At
They're like,
least.
President Bush is the greatest. Come here, sister wife.
Yeah, come here. I'm going to move my
Trans Am.
Trans Am off the lawn and maybe move my transmission at the same time. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know much about cars.
No, but I'm saying you put that's what they say. They have transmission.
Hey, now, that transmission is a planter for the wife.
There you go.
The sister wife cousin,
Sister, wife, cousins.
who happens to be my grandmother.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's gross.
I'm my own grandpa. Yeah, it's like we say. It's basically random topics. You can expect anything from us, and yeah, it's pretty much. We're expected to have lots of, hopefully, some good guests on the show in the future. Random people from Saskatoon who want to share their story and who's interested. And, yeah, we'll give you places to reach us at later on. So
You don't want to talk to me. I'm scary.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, you might want to talk. Graydon, why do you
Oh, he
stop
farted.
doing that? That's fucking...
He's farted several times, and now there's shit on
And
the carpet.
the walls are starting to turn yellow.
Yeah, I would say brown, but the walls are already. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, don't you just love that smell?
I got brown in my hand now. Damn.
Everybody just loves their own
Oh,
smell of
you
shit.
love it.
I don't know.
My nose hairs are curling.
Most of the time, I don't mind my own brand, but there are times
It
where
just
it's
makes
like
me
that
laugh.
came out of my ass. That's wow. I'll just put it that
Yeah,
way.
especially after
Oh.
a night of drinking.
Yeah.
I remember this one time me and Crystal got home, right, and we're doing the hubba hubba, and
Crystal's gonna
and
love
we're all
you for all
done,
this,
right, and all of a sudden I have this bad gas, and I keep farting. It just won't go away. Like all of a sudden, I'm like, the first 2 or 3 weren't bad, we didn't really notice them, and they were like right away, just. Crystal's like, "Oh, you're so gross," and then we both sat down. Then all of a sudden, we get hit with this wave of smell, right? And both of us
There's
can't
dust cloud
stop.
above the bed.
We can't stop laughing. It's like laughing gas or something. And then all of a sudden, boom! I fart another time. Fucking.
And that's
it's just,
when everything in the house died.
pretty much.
Never had a termite problem after that.
Yeah. All of a sudden, all these termites.
Except
Yeah,
I didn't
no
have to
bed
wash the
bugs,
sheets.
no nothing.
All of a sudden, you hear, what is that? They look, there's all these bed bugs just died. He fall from the bed to the floor.
I had bed bugs in my old apartment, man. There was one the size of my pinky nail. Thing's fucking huge.
Yeah, I've never ever had a bed bug. You and Crystal had some at the apartment, right? Yeah, you had to throw that mattress out the window or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad apartment. Yeah, I got that bed out there as soon as I found that out.
Woo! Right out the window. But that's a normal day in the ghetto. They lived in the ghetto apartments for a little bit there. So.
Oh, that was the ghetto apartments on the Alphabet Streets.
On Avenue P.
For penis.
That was
just off Avenue, yeah. Like, technically, isn't it? Oh, yeah. You lived right off. It was like, because there was P. Because P's that main drag.
Oh, yeah, we were on O, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
But yeah,
for orgasm.
Yeah, O for orgasm, so that's probably why they moved there.
Oh, yeah, we had plenty of those.
Plenty of those.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I guess we should maybe, we'd like to do something a little different every time. Maybe ask some questions, maybe do something fun. Now, some of you may know James Lipton. He's the host of Inside the Actor Studio. At the end of every episode, he asks the actor or actress 10 questions. And I've always wanted to do this because I find it funny and it's interesting. And so, yeah, I thought it'd be see what our answers are. So, Sam, I'm going to start with you.
Yes? I'm sorry.
Hold
up, I need to do rail.
A rail of Slurpee. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so what is your favorite word?
Like word or
just a word?
Just a word? Oh, fuck.
Is that it?
No, that's not my favorite. I enjoy that word, but it's not my favorite.
Okay.
It's not a word that incites me to do things. A word that incites me to do things.
Incites?
Incites.
Be any word in the world.
Any word.
It could be funny. It could be stupid.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism makes me want to bring down the Catholic Church.
There you go.
I'm kidding. Most people are like, "What's that word?"
All right, there goes about 5 more followers. All right. Well, actually, not many people who listen.
That's
to
probably
the
like
Catholic
all
church probably don't listen to this podcast anyway.
Probably all of Ireland just dropped there. They're like, "He's talking about Ireland."
Okay. Favorite word.
Oh fuck! What is my favorite word? What's the word I use all the time?
Titties.
Yeah, that is basically it. Anytime something goes wrong, titties.
That's your favorite word and it's your favorite thing. So
no, vagina's my favorite thing. Titties comes into a close third.
So titties is your favorite word then?
Yeah, that's the term I tend to bring up every time.
So what is your least favorite word?
Oh, least favorite word? Used to be cunt, but I've come to terms with that one. I don't know. I think racism is a stupid fucking word.
Okay, fair enough. Racism. So
it has its place, but
this may be a very heavy-hitted question for you. But what turns you on?
Oh, a finely rounded booty or some camel toe.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Just that general area from about belly button to about mid thigh. That whole area right around turns me on every time.
Yeah. All right, so what turns you off?
A dick. A big, throbbing, veiny dick.
So your own dick turns you off?
No, my dick turns me on. But
I'm not saying that's big or veiny. I've never seen it. I came close, but I never
You've seen my balls, but you haven't seen my dick.
Anyway,
I'm very shy about my dick.
So turns you off as other men's wieners in your bum? Is what you're trying to say?
No, if it has to do with like what turns me off about a woman.
It can be turns you off about anything. It doesn't even have to be sexual. But
what turns me off? Stupidity.
All right, fair enough.
Stupid drivers, stupid talkers, people who think they know too much, but are really just fucking idiots. Which is like 80% of the population. Well, I might change that now because a lot of our listeners are pretty smart if they're listening to us. So that might actually change.
They're smart for listening to us, but they're not maybe smart in comparison. There goes a few more listeners. So, what sound do you love?
What sound?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
What sound do you hate?
Oh, fuck.
Is that it?
No. I hate these because there's a lot of sounds I hate.
That's why these are good questions, because they're very simple. Very.
You know what sound really annoys me? Fucking pugs going.
Is that what you hate, or just annoys you?
That just fucking annoys me. Sounds I hate. Nicki Minaj.
All right.
I can't stand her fucking singing.
All right.
It's the most mind-numbing thing I've ever heard.
You mean rapping, pretty much.
Her rapping. What the hell's a bolo? With the boys in the polo. And something with the bolo. What the fuck's a bolo?
Isn't that like a
Does she want to be respected as one?
A bolo is that thing that Batman uses, with the balls that whips around.
Yeah, I swing my balls around too. I don't call it a bolo.
Yeah. Okay, what is your favorite... This should be good for you. What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck. I don't even need to think about that one.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
I've always wanted to go into space.
All right.
That would be that or a Gundam pilot.
All right, which is fictional. But all right.
My ass it is.
Okay. What profession would you not like to do?
Fluffer. You guys don't know what fluffer is, do you? It's the poor bastard who has to jerk off the male porn star to keep him hard between scenes.
That's interesting.
I don't want to be a fluffer ever.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh. Welcome home, son. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's a good answer.
That'd actually be pretty good.
It's a really good answer. Really good answer. All right, we're going to go with you, Mr. Gray, on your questions there. So, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word, swish.
Swish?
Yeah, that was my favorite word when I was in high school for basketball.
Basketball, swish.
Swish. We'd all be like, swish, swish, swish.
Right on. So, what's your least favorite word then?
No swish?
Miss?
No swish.
Airball.
Fail.
Airball. Yeah, that's gotta be.
That's your least favorite word?
Yeah.
Okay, airball. So, what turns you on?
Oh boy, there's a lot of things that turn
I
me
have
on.
to say Reese Peanut Butter Cups for you.
A lot of people would say that.
Yeah, you're a big Reese fan. They should be endorsing us. Reese Peanut Butter Cups.
They melt in your mouth good,
Yeah,
make you
Reese
horny.
Peanut-
They melt in your
Peanut
mouth
butter
and in your hand, and when you rub it on your wiener.
And other body parts.
Yeah. So okay.
Still
So what
like
turns
the-
you on?
What turns me on? You just asked
Is
that.
it Reese Peanut Butter Cups?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was just joking. What turns you off? Really bad Reese Peanut Butter Cups?
Rotten one.
What turns you off? Like what's like? It doesn't even have to be
Yeast
sexual.
infection?
I know.
Yeast infection?
It's just like oh,
That would be a turn. Oh, I'd go soft.
never experienced that. Never want to.
Cottage cheese.
What turns me off? It would probably have to be. Some.
That sound right there. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one. That's.
Just like something you just hate that people do.
Oh no, I did.
Oh, the punk ass kids nowadays that think they're all big and they start wailing their arms around, thinking they're all big
See,
gangsters.
I told you it was old. Just kidding. I know what you mean.
I agree.
You know,
You work
you
with
know
one.
they. You know, you'll look at them funny, and then they'll start flaring their arms out. And as soon as you step out of your vehicle or something and step out, they'll turn around and walk away
Yeah,
like there's
I'm
some
scared.
chicken shit.
Pissing their pants. Yeah.
Just in their half-cut jeans that are halfway down their ass.
So, what sound do you love?
I'd have to say the buzzer.
The buzzer?
Yeah,
Like when you're playing?
yeah. At
Like
the
you
end
love
of
that
the
sound
song.
when the game's over?
Yeah.
I love
Okay,
that
so what
buzz.
sound do you hate?
Something I hate. My wife snoring.
That was out of left field.
That was actually pretty fast. It's like
pretty
he
fast.
knew it.
It's like you didn't even think about that one. Shit.
That's guaranteed right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
can't get to sleep when she's snoring.
Yeah. All right, so next would be what is your what sound? Oh yeah, you said that. What is your favorite curse word?
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I use it a lot, and that's fuck.
Fair
Seems
enough.
to be everyone.
Fair enough. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Well,
Fluffer.
a race car driver.
Oh yeah, cool.
I've
Like
done
driving fast?
construction, all that kind of stuff. You
Yeah,
know.
you just want to drive fast.
Yeah, I
I
want
want to go
to
fast.
be in one of those.
Ricky
Yeah,
Bobby,
that'd be
number
awesome.
one.
So then, what would profession would you not like to do?
Oh, a farmer.
Farmer, yeah, it's pretty hard work.
Yeah. Plant your seeds, sit for fucking 6 months and harvest
Well,
them.
if you're a seed farmer, or like if you're
Oh, no,
one of
no,
those
farms-
cow farmer, anything really is hard.
Yeah, got way too much responsibility and stuff.
Your
and-
job is your life, and it's
Yeah.
not like you can take a day off. You know. You
Yeah,
have
too
to
many
do it.
things can get in your way.
You have to sometimes sit out there and wait for like the cattle to give, like a cow to give birth or something. And we get Fred, sort of a farmer, and he helps his parents out, but he's yeah.
He is a cow.
So, if what was it? What profession was you not as a farmer? So, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You truly do believe you're accepted into my kingdom.
I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah, that'd be Sam right after grading me. I'm never going to get in now. No, those are all good answers. Good answers, guys. So, yeah.
So how about you, man?
What about you?
I'm gonna run through these questions. I want to run through these questions.
All right.
Favorite word.
How about you take
motherfucker?
turns? You both run.
Okay, I got this first one.
Okay.
Favorite word.
Favorite word? My favorite word? Honestly, it's a really hard question.
All you need is love, love. I don't know. Just in the years I know you, that sounds
Honestly,
sappy. You said.
My favorite word, I think it would have to be friendship. Because friendship, you know, could be with your, it could mean with your loved one, it could be with, you know, you guys, it could be anything really, you know, just basic friendship.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So,
What's
Just
your
like I
least
said,
favorite
sappy.
word?
sap you. So, what's my least favorite word?
Yeah.
I have to say judgmental. Just people being judgmental in any way, shape, or form with any topic of any kind. Like I've always said before, you guys will hear this for the first time, but it's basically pet peeves me if someone says something about like something that they hate, yet they haven't seen it yet, or someone who judges someone by their looks and doesn't know them, or someone who judges someone just by how they talk or by how they act. Just anything where someone is judgmental of someone. There's no need to be like that. I've had friends that are, you know, of many different walks of life. I have friends who have ADHD. I have friends who have epilepsy. I've had a friend who's just mentally challenged. I have a cousin who's mentally challenged. You know, there's no point in being judgmental because when it comes down to it, you're absolutely no better than anybody else.
I'm gonna
That's
just
what I
try
think.
and stop being judgmental. I'm a prick. I'm like, look
Basically.
at this motherfucker with his hat sideways. What the fuck's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Someone
So.
should slap that hat straight on his head.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try. I don't promise anything.
No problems.
That's what makes me funny.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a dirty one for me to ask. What turns you on? What makes you Randy, baby?
It makes me randy, so, well, turns me on, eh?
I'd have to say comic books, man. I've seen
Big
you
old-
with comic books. You-
Big old veiny dick.
I'm going to two-part answer this question. I'd have to say, see, I'm going to have to actually almost three-part this question. Comic books and movies, because I like them equally, and I love them a lot. I love the emotion that a movie can give you. I love the emotion that and the action that a comic book can give you. It's a great way to get your kids to start reading. It's actually awesome. I love that emotion. And basically what turns me on is honestly, and it's going to sound corny and stupid, but my wife. It honestly is, I don't know how, and for people who don't like swearing, pardon my French, I don't know how in the flying fuck I guess she finds me sexy. I don't know. I mean, how did I end up with her? I mean, she's a great looking woman.
It's the cinnamon skin.
Yeah, I'm cinnamon.
He's just trying to get brownie points for tonight.
No.
What today?
No, basically,
I want my dick sucked. Is that so hard to ask?
yeah, maybe I will after this. No, and not by Ken, it's by you, right? You?
No,
Damn!
I want you to suck
Sam's
my dick.
always providing, but
Sam has no gag
Yeah,
reflex.
yeah, he's got no gag
He didn't
reflex.
put that in his bio. So anyway, no, basically no. It's just it turns me on that she's there for me too. Not even if it's sexual or not, she's just there for me, always there. Even when I'm an asshole to her, and I sometimes am. No, it's just that's what turns me on.
Okay, what turns you off?
Honestly, I almost have to answer the same question as I answered
Pugs.
before. No, pugs turn me on. No. What? I bought my mic there. What turns me off? I have cockiness, I guess. People who are cocky, who think they know their shit when they don't, and can't stand being corrected. Well, you fart now too?
No,
Oh, no.
it's like cockiest. I'm like, I'm pretty cocky sometimes.
No, you.
Man, how am I your friend? I'm judgmental. I'm cocky. I'm an asshole.
That's probably why you are my friend, because it's.
You need that. You need that in the group.
I need that. No,
Like
it's
anybody else,
not
even if
that.
it's
It's
small
like
like
that
that
or
or
big like
anything
like that. Just being cocky in a way that you're like the person knows they're wrong, but they keep saying it anyway. At least I can convince you that you're wrong, or at least
Yeah, I'll mention submit.
yeah.
I'll show my rear and let you fuck me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sound you love?
The sound I love. This answer, I'm guessing.
Freshly opened bag of chips, I'm guessing.
No. No sound I love. Well, it's too bad there's not a smell I love, because the smell I love is bacon. But
Dude, that's everyone. You don't even need to mention
not
it.
everyone. Apparently, someone's wife who's in this podcast does not like bacon. She's a freak. No offense.
Yeah.
You gotta leave her right now because she doesn't like.
Yeah, my wife don't like bacon. I'm not stepping up on that altar.
Yeah.
No way, baby.
But sound I love. Like I said, it might change for me in a few months. I might like the sound of my baby's laugh or whatever. But basically, since it's now and I don't have the kid here and I can't hear it laugh on the inside of my wife's belly, honestly, yeah, that'd be kind of creepy. Sound I love.
What is that? Some kind of wicked little witch of the West or some kind of thing? She's
Yeah,
laughing
yeah.
through the belly.
Yeah, a lot of
You put your ear up to her belly, it's like... You're like, oh God.
Medusa.
It's the Joker!
that'd be scary. No, honestly, sound I love is.
Oh my God, my hair feels so soft.
Sam said before that he doesn't like it, but I actually like it. I like the sound of my pugs because it shows that they love me, that they're bringing, that they love me, that they want to be here with me, that they want to see me, that they're excited to see me when I get home. Even if I had a shitty day, and even if I did beat them like an hour before. No, I don't beat my pugs.
Kick them.
PETA, don't freak out. It's or PETA, whatever, PETA. Basically, no. If they've been bad, I give them a tap on the ass, and sometimes I feel bad for that. And that's the thing about pets. That's one thing I actually love that I also should have put on there was that I just love animals because you could do something bad,
Abuse
even though if they deserved it.
Fuck them, and they still
Even
come
if
back.
people who physically abuse their animals and beat the shit out of them, which I absolutely hate. That should be like, honestly, just the sound of them coming home and then when you come home, that's a great feeling. And
Chewing
it's
at
going to be
your
like that with
feet.
kids too, more so. But
Except
honestly,
your
for
kid
now,
won't go,
No, if anything, go or whatever the words.
shit my drawers or
Yeah,
I'm
shit my
having-
drawers. Yeah. It's too bad kids instead of crying, they just go, I just crap my pants.
That's that smell is.
Yeah, I shit myself. Jesus.
What sound do you hate?
What?
What sound do you hate?
What sound do I hate? Sound do I hate? Anyone. I should just become a freaking superhero. Anybody in distress. Honestly, like whether it be my wife's crying, Pug's crying, any of
Me
my friends crying, anybody basically upset in any way, I just don't like it. Yeah.
Graydon mad because he can't jerk off during a podcast.
Well, he did already.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is, but what's your favorite curse word, man?
Honestly, like my favorite curse word.
I'm pretty sure
everybody automatically says "fuck" right away.
it's just such
But
an easy
honestly,
fucking word.
I don't know if it is.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it just comes out all the time.
Yeah, like, for me, it comes out a lot too. I probably have to say shit, just because it's. Yeah, so you probably heard that snorting thing. Those are my pugs walking around. No, honestly, yeah, I have to say shit.
It's like you have a furry pot-bellied pig.
What
Yeah.
profession
I
would
love a
you,
pot-bellied pig.
other than yours, would you like to attempt?
Honestly, I would like to be a director or a critic, because I know I'd sort of do that in my spare time, the critic thing and the directing thing, but it's not like professional. I don't get paid for it. So yeah, I'd like to do that for sure.
Cool. Okay, what about the other side of that?
the other side of that, basically, what I do now, no, I'm kidding. No, I actually don't mind what I do. It could be worse. It's not a job I love, but it's a job that pays the bills. So, what profession other than, or profession would I not like to do? I don't know. Sam almost summed it up. That's a pretty bad job. But no,
How the hell do you do that?
unless you're gay, then that's like
Yeah,
the job
that's like-
for you.
that's like heaven.
That's like, hey. No, honestly, a job that I would not like to do.
Oh my god, I got to fart.
Not
Oh,
that
I
job.
don't want to push that one.
Honestly, it's really kind of a hard one. Basically, anything with a very large amount of manual labor. Basically, I'm not a manual labor kind of guy. That's why I weigh over 300 pounds. But basically, not a huge manual labor kind of guy. Like, I'll do manual labor when I need to, and if it's for myself, like if I honestly didn't have a job, I would literally be doing stuff for my house. I would be more active because I wouldn't have more time, and I have nothing else to really do, and I would have time. But again, that's an excuse. I can do more, but it's just, yeah, I would definitely not like to do a lot of jobs with a lot of manual labor.
Yeah. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearl heavens? Or pearl
The pearly
gates?
gates. That's pretty close to what Sam said. It's like welcome home, or Jesus like sup. No, honestly, it's just
Sup, shots in the back.
Yeah, honestly,
Whoa. I like
welcome home, and here's your family that have passed. Probably just say hi to them all that have passed.
Oh, I meant that, like, I was coming home as Jesus. I'd be like the worst Messiah ever. I'd be like, you guys do what you want. I really could give less a shit.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
It's all up to you in the end, man.
Yeah. So basically, that's.
I'm gonna go over here not getting crucified. For once.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to get crucified.
Man, if I was getting crucified,
See, yeah.
I would just egg him on. Man, it's not even hurting.
Here's
You guys
Jesus.
suck.
Here's Jesus. Like, crucify him. You will crucify me, and I will live on, blah, blah, blah. And then Sam comes along. It's like, we are going to crucify you. And Sam's like, fuck that.
No, I'd be like, you guys aren't even crucifying me right. This is horrible. Look at this. I'm hanging from my wrist. You guys, and you have to tie me up. What the hell is this? And then I'd be like, just before death, I'd be like, see you bitches in 3 days.
Yeah. She'll listen to me in the first place. So basically, that was a good look into ourselves. So from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
This is Graydon Raycroft saying goodbye.
Oh, God. Sam Postikov.
Yep. And myself, Mike Awesome. That was your daily dose of MSG. Thanks, everybody.
Ow, my...